Today, we're going to examine a story that, well, it's puzzled a lot of people. The astonishing case of an entire busload of Russian tourists. They reportedly vanished, just gone, without a trace in Egypt back in 1985. So our mission with this deep dive is really to unpack the fascinating claims, the alleged events surrounding this disappearance. We're drawing right from the sources you've shared with us. It's definitely a narrative that makes you question what we think we know about history and, frankly, the unexplained.
And what's particularly intriguing here, I think, is how these sources seem to blend ancient Egyptian lore, these millennial-old beliefs with alleged, modern-day classified operations.
Yeah.
It's quite a mix. History, mythology, and the deeply unknown all woven together.
That really sets the stage perfectly,
Okay.
because the anchor for this whole mystery is that initial event. Let's delve into what reportedly happened. April 23rd, 1985. Picture it. A bus full of Russian tourists in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
They were last seen leaving the Cairo Hilton that evening, and according to these reports, their fate. Still a complete mystery.
Just gone.
Think about that for a second. An entire group of people. How could they simply vanish without a trace? It's a question that just immediately pulls you in, right? And the sources, well, they don't offer a simple answer. It makes you wonder, were ordinary explanations maybe dismissed too quickly?
Well, the extraordinary explanation, the one detailed in the sources, allegedly takes us back much, much further than 1985. This whole saga supposedly links back to a KGB project, started way back in 1961.
The KGB? Oh,
Yeah, Soviet Union's main security agency. Very secretive, intelligence, counterintelligence, all that. And the main purpose of this project, the sources claim, was basically to discover alien technology.
Alien technology, wow.
And what's fascinating here is the claim that the agents involved were apparently, well, startled by what they found. They called it the legendary Tomb of the Visitor.
The Tomb of the Visitor.
Yeah.
It's very specific, very dramatic. What do the sources say was inside? How did they jump to visitor instead of, I don't know, an unusual pharaoh or something?
Yeah, well, the documentary we're looking at claims a whole group of experts, scientists, computer programmers, doctors, they all got together, discussed the, monumental possibilities of this find.
Okay.
And there's this Russian scientist, Viktor Ivanovich. He's key in these accounts. He makes this pretty significant claim. They fully believed the being found in this tomb was actually Osiris, the alien king.
Osiris, the alien king.
Yeah.
And this group, they even gave themselves a name.
The followers.
Exactly, the followers. And they drew a direct line, apparently, to the followers of Horus in the ancient Egyptian Book of the Dead.
So that name wasn't just random. It's deliberately tying these modern claims right back into ancient Egyptian stories.
Precisely. And if you connect that to the bigger picture of ancient Egyptian beliefs, you can sort of see why they picked that name, why this whole narrative might seem compelling to some. According to those beliefs, right, a family of gods came down from the stars to Egypt. They were seen as the source of all this incredible knowledge, wisdom.
Right, the foundation of their civilization, essentially. Yeah. And the lore says most of these aliens, they eventually left Earth, went back home. But Osiris, the alien king, he supposedly stayed. He taught these followers, and their sacred duty, in return, was to protect all this ancient knowledge, keep it safe until he came back.
A pretty powerful reinterpretation of the old myths, isn't it?
It really is. It highlights just how central the stars were for the Egyptians, not just background, but their whole worldview. And this ancient connection, it isn't just history here, it feeds directly into the modern claims about the disappearance, takes it somewhere else entirely. Because here's where it gets really interesting. The modern alleged continuation of all this, there's an Amazon Prime documentary, The Secret KGB Abduction Files. It claims that modern followers still secretly gather today in their homes.
Still, wow.
Yeah. Discussing the possibility of Osiris's return, they believe his second coming, as they call it, will bring a new age for mankind. And that tomb discovery, the one back in 61, that was supposedly the trigger. Breaking the seal sent a signal, they believed, straight to the visitors. A signal. And this is where that specific date, April 23rd, 1985, comes right back into play. According to these followers in the documentary, they actually calculated it. They estimated how long it would take for this electromagnetic signal to reach the constellation of Orion.
They calculated signal travel time to Orion.
That's the claim, and their conclusion was chilling. The visitors could return no earlier than April 23rd, 1985. That specific date is just crucial to their whole story.
And with that exact time frame, that almost prophetic date in mind, the group of Russian tourists we started with, the ones who vanished, They reportedly left Russia, traveled to Egypt, right on time, and were never seen again.
Vanished.
And the only tangible things left behind, according to these sources, are really unsettling. There's a newspaper clipping found apparently in KGB archives documenting tourists disappearing in Egypt. 1985. Middle of the night. And maybe even more crucially, one home movie project with film.
A home movie.
Yeah. The documentary actually shows parts of it. It's chilling. You see the group standing in front of a pyramid at night. Then this light appears in the sky. The whole group just drops to their knees, looks like they're praying. The light gets brighter and brighter. And then just nothingness. Black screen.
Wow. The emotional impact of that alleged footage. I mean, the documentary shows a woman, a daughter, whose parents were supposedly in that group. They showed her the video. She immediately recognized her parents and apparently just burst into tears.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah. You know, it really grounds the story in human terms, doesn't it? And the documentary then asks this big question. Were these Russians genuinely among the first to encounter beings, you know, not from Earth?
Well,
or is this a very elaborate story built to explain something else entirely unexplained?
so pulling all these threads together,
Yeah.
the ancient star gods, the secret KGB projects, these precise calculations, the missing tourists, the film, what's the sort of bottom line? What's the most crucial statement from the sources that tries to tie this all up?
Well, Viktor Ivanovich, that Russian scientist, again, he makes a really powerful statement. It kind of anchors the whole thing, but also hints at something deeper. He says, and I'm quoting here, "There is no doubt that a small group of Russian scientists with military experts have discovered a tomb in Egypt in 1961. Okay, fairly direct.
All right.
But then he emphasizes the crucial part, the bit that's often hidden. But in the documents, it has never been revealed exactly what was found inside the sarcophagus," he continues. "Only sources of the highest ranks of the KGB know that we have found the remains of an alien creature that died in Egypt 10,000 years before Christ."
10,000 years BC. An alien creature.
That's his claim. You see, that statement provides the alleged real discovery. It moves past maybe the Osiris narrative to something even more specific, more classified, tying it directly to that extraterrestrial idea at the heart of this whole mystery.
So what we've looked at today, it's an incredible narrative, really. From ancient gods supposedly arriving from the stars, secret KGB projects looking for tech, precise calculations for a return. And then this busload of tourists seemingly caught up in it all, vanishing caught on film. It's a story that really challenges our understanding of history, secrecy, the unknown.
Absolutely.
And maybe, you know, if these narratives, however sensational they seem, keep resonating, it makes you consider that underlying human need we have to explain the inexplicable. Sometimes by looking way beyond our own world for answers, it leaves you wondering, doesn't it? What other ancient texts, what other myths might contain similar hidden visitor stories, stories that could be completely reinterpreted through a modern lens, maybe challenging our whole perception of history itself. Something to think about.